Hi everyone, Vinay here. Welcome back to my channel Learn Coding with Vinay-SQL for Developers. In this video, we will go over important topic of SQL, that is Windows function using real world examples. Right. So let's understand first three, this row number, rank and dense rank example. And then in the later part of the video, we'll move to lead and lag. So let me open the SSMS. Right. Now let's move towards the table. Okay, so here is the table which says exam results, right? So consider our government exam like UPSC or any state level. If you talk about Gujarat, then GPSC, right? So what happens once the exam is conducted, results are declared, so there will be two ranking available for that government exam for each candidate. One is the all India rank, second is the category specific, because we do have general, OBC, SC ST categories. We have ranking for that also, right? So this will be a best example, to go over these window functions, right? So what, and to keep the scenario simple, I have taken only few columns. For example, ID, student name, hall ticket number or roll number, marks code and category, right? So table, I have kept the table very simple. I have created this table already. Let's just remove this and let's make a query. What do we have in this table right now, right? So I have also put down values in this table, right? So let me just go ahead and run this so you will understand it better, right? So here I have here we have put down the data where we have ID, student name, hall ticket number, marks and category also, right? Now let's move further over here. Now first is the row number. Now where we should be using row number window function, right? So if you have a requirement where you want a running number with each result set row, right, then we should use a row number. So ideally we will have some column like ID or some other column, that will be a running number in your database table. But still there are chances that based on the data inserted or some error, this ID may not be a sequential one, right? So we want our own sequence with the data that is being written by query. Maybe it's a plain query or a store procedure, result of a store procedure. We want one column that has a continuation number one after another, right? 1 2 3 4 5 6, something like that. So in that case we can use row number. So let's see how we can use that. So let me break down this query. Let me put down last column as row number. And what we are doing, we are assigning row number based on student name, right? So we are ascending the data based on student name, right, A to Z, and for that we are assigning one row number, so that will come as a row number column at the end. So let me go ahead and run this. Right, so see this. Now we have ranking based on the student name. So ideally names are assigned from A to Z, right? And there is a row number which is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 10. Now you can take any column over in the order by. Let's say I want to give it hall ticket number. Hall ticket number. Then also it will work fine. Right? So it is the same, right? Basically you want to have a unique number, generated for your each row. In that case we should use the row number, right? Let's move to the next now. And next is the rank function. So let me just copy this. Let me write rank over here. So what we will be doing, we'll say rank, and then we can say the column name order by. Right, so we will see rank over, because ranking will be decided based on the mark score. So it will be better if we take the marks scored here as column, and this will be as, will mark as ranking. Let's go ahead and run this. Right, so now if you see, now we have assigned ranking based on marks, but I have taken ascending. Ideally this should be descending, because the one with the highest mark should be ranked as 1, right? So we can see now that the ranking is 1, 1 3 5, right? So a person with the same, there are two-person with the same marks, right? Say the both are marked 1, then there is 92. So rather than having 2, it has skipped the 2 and it has given the ranking 3. And again we have two persons with the same marks as 92. So rather than having 4, the next number is 5, right? So over here, rank has one thing, that is, for the same ties, it generates the same ranking, but it skips the next number. So that's the reason why we see 1 1 and then 3, not 2 over here, right? So yeah. So we need to be careful while using, rank and dense rank, which we'll see the example next in the next query itself, right? But over here, ranking may not be a best fit, because let's say a percentage, a student or a candidate with one scored, right, is marked 1. With the same score, the second one is marked also 1. But over here, if we consider 92, that guy, this guy Amit and Sneha should be marked as second, not third, because ideally they are the second. No, they hold the second ranking, right? So rank will not be a good choice in this example, right? But however, if you have noticed, some of the scenario in real world that requires keeping this number, right? So rank will best fit over there. Any guesses, before I take you to the image? Any guesses? Let's take a pause and let me go ahead and show you what I'm talking, right? So you must have played fantasy games like Dream 11 and My 11 Circle or MPL or any other, right? So once the contest is finished, there will be ranking, right? And the ranking will be based on, again, these points. You can see these points, right? So over here, this is an example that 1258 was the max point scored by one particular guy, and that person is marked as one ranking. But on the one ranking, we have three people, right? 1, 2, and 3. And there is a next ranking, that is 1257, only 1 point less. That guy is marked as 4, right? Now in the fantasy game, why such ranking is required? Ideally this should also be marked second also, right? But this is required because in fantasy games, if there are more person for the same ranking, the prize is distributed among them for those rank. For example, in this case, we have 3 person coming on one ranking. So the price of first position, second position, and third position will be equally distributed to these three guys, right? And then this guy, the last guy, that will receive the prize of fourth prize, right? So this makes, rank the ideal candidate to be chosen for such scenarios, right? Let me take you to the another image also. So here we have 7 people on the top rank, right, as a first rank. And then the second is not actually second, it's 8. So over here, the prizes up to 1 to 7 number will be summed up and distributed among these 7 contestants, right? And the next prize, which is the eighth prize, that will be given to this 8 guy, right? So that makes rank ideal choice for the scenario where, you want to calculate ranking based on the players points scored, and you want to distribute the prizes among them, right? So that makes his ideal choice, rank. Now let's move further over here. Now, so now we have understood the rank, but in this school, in this exam scenario, skipping number is actually not a good choice. We need one over here, and for these two, we need two, not three, right? So in that case, we need to use dense rank. So dense rank also assigns the same rank to tied values, but it does not skip the number. So let's see it by example. So let's see dense rank example. So nothing changed, I just added this dense rank. It is also, ordered by marks code only. One condition I added over here is the where condition that was supposed to be there in this rank example also, because not we don't need to calculate rank for everybody, right? Let's say consider if there are, for any exam there will be passing score, right? Let's consider we have passing score as 70. So we will only rank those people who has scored more 70 or more than 70, right? So we have now less number of rows, right? Now similar way, let me go ahead and run this, the dance rank one, right? Now see this candidate. Now we have these two guys marked as first, then Amit and Sneha marked as second, then third, then fourth, then fifth, 6, 7, and 8, right? So here, in whenever you are working on any software that actually calculates candidates ranking based on marks, so dance rank would be an ideal choice, right? Let me run this both query together so you will understand it better. So let me write dance rank over here. Let me run this, and now you can see this is 11335577. So here in case of rank, the number is skipped. In case of dance rank, the number is not skipped. And remember, we mark this as all India rank. So basically we are currently calculating the rank for all students for an open category, for a general category, right? For example, as I said, in any government exam there will be two ranking: all India rank and the category specific rank. Now let's work on the category specific rank using the same dance rank example. Now let me show you the example what we are doing. This is the same all India ranking, and over here what we are doing, dance rank. Over here we are using partition by. Remember, here we have not used partition by, so it will not do, it will do the ranking for entire result set. Over here what it will do, it will do the ranking for each category, and when as soon as the category changes it will reassign the numbers, right? So once I run this, you'll understand it better. So let me go ahead and run this. So over here, this is all India ranking, right? That this guy in all India ranking, this guy is first, and in the category, general category also, this guy is at the first level. Now let's examine this record. Now this guy also, or all India ranking, he was marked as 1, and in his category he was also marked as 1. Let's see some other guy. Let's say OBC. Who we have? OBC. Okay. So this OBC guy, we have this guy Ravi. In the all India rank, he was marked fourth, but in the category, in the OBC category, he was marked first. Right. So this is a very nice example of rank and dance rank, how you can use it. Right. So this is all India rank example, and this is category wise rank example, and this is what exactly happens in our government exams. Right. This is how ranking are made. So I hope you like this example, and let's move to the next example. That is lead by and lag by. So let me walk you through the table, right? So I have taken an example of gold price. Nowadays it is very hot topic. The gold prices are soaring sky high, right? So this is a very, keeping the current market scenario and all thing. This will be a good example to learn lead by and lag by, right? So let's say what do we have? We have ID, simple. We have price date. Basically, we are storing 1 gram price of gold for every day, right? So this is date, this is price per gram for that date, and this is city. Now we if you are familiar with how the gold market works, it has different prices in different cities, right? So that's why we have taken cities. So I have created this table. Let me just remove this. Let me go ahead and run this. So you can see over we have data for Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Kolkata, and Mumbai and Delhi, right? So this, and I have created the data for January month of 2026, right? So basically January 1st to January 31. So data for Ahmedabad again January 1st to January 31st. Data for Bangalore again, data for Hyderabad, and the continuous other cities, right? Now let's move towards the lead and lag by example. Now let's just go ahead and I have this multi-line query and see what do we have. So this is the same thing what we saw above, right? So we have price date, we have city, and the price of gold per gram, right? So what we will do next is to we want to compare, we want to have today's price and previous day's price alongside over here. So what we will be doing, we'll be using lag. We'll take the column, whatever column we want to display as the next column, right? And we want to partition it by city because we want it city based gold price calculation, right? And basically what this will do, this will bring the current record and the previous record of that particular thing. So basically gold price today and gold price yesterday. So yesterday price will come over here, previous day price over here, right? So this is what we have done. Let's go ahead and run this. Now see, we see first as null because we don't have data for the date before 1st of Jan 2026. So if there was a data of 31st December 2025 for this Ahmedabad guy, Ahmedabad row, then this would have some value. But since we don't have, it is marked as null. Now the next day, 2nd of January. So 2nd of January, this is the current price of per gram. which is 6365, and the previous day price is actually this value, 6350. Right. So lag by is actually reading previous row, and lead by is reading the next row. Right. So let's move to the lead by example. So what we'll be doing, we are using the same thing, right? Same query, but only instead of lag we will say lead by. So in this example we will have the next day value alongside the other values, right? So for example, over here what do we have? We have the per gram price today and the next day price. So basically this is the today's price and this is the next day price, right? So a lot of time in doing analysis you will require this lead by and lag by functions, where you want to compare one current row with either the previous row or the next row, right? So based on the requirement, use them smartly. Let's move to some more example. So let me just go ahead and copy this query. So what do we have? We have current day price and previous day price. Now let's say we want to put down over here the difference of these two, right? So that will, it will better present it, right? So let me go ahead and bring out the equation for this. So what we are going to do, we will deduct that previous day price with current day price. That will give us the difference of 2 days price in gold, right? Let me mark it as price difference, between today and yesterday, right? So let's go ahead and run this so you will understand it better. So now we have, this is as of today's price, this is as a previous day price. Now this will give us null because this is not a difference ideally, right? Because we don't want to display 6550 difference as a difference, right? Because that will be a too much to display for a gold price, right? But consider the second row. This is the current day price, this is the previous day price, which is this, and the difference is 15 rupees, right? And 15 positive. So basically yesterday the per gram price of gold was 6350, and today it increased by 15 rupees, and now the price is 6365. Similar way, if we understand this, right? So today price is 6340, and yesterday it was 6365. So there is a minus 25. That means today the gold reduced by 25 rupees. Now, this is what it means, right? So similar analysis can be done using lead by also, right? But let's stick to this lag by, because most of the time you will have an example of lag by, because you will be comparing current row with the previous row. That's how the analytical reports are built actually. Compare your current data with the historic data, right? Now let's move to the next example. So next what we'll be doing, we will just calculate the percentage of how much percentage was changed, right? So we'll use this as it is. Right, so let's go ahead and run this. So alongside this, these are different days, but how much percentage was changed? We want to calculate that. So what we'll be doing, we'll be adding just one more column over here. I'll say comma. Let me make it very clear. Right. So this is as the equation to calculate the percentage. Remaining this lag by and everything remains the same. So let me go ahead and run this. Right. So this is what the number is, right? So if we read the second line, it says that there was a change of 15 rupees price difference between today and yesterday's price, 15 rupees, and it is positive. And if we talk about percentage, it's 0.23% positive change, right? Over here it's 0.39% negative change, basically reduced. Here this line says that 0.23% was increased, and this line says that 0.39% were decreased, right? So lead by and lag by would be your go-to tool for creating analytics report, right? Based on this, so consider any stock market price, gold price, even silver price, anything that is happening day to day basis, and you want to pull out report out of that, comparing either current value with the previous one, or previous or current value with the next one, right? Then lead by and lag by would be your go-to tool. So I hope you like this video, and I have tried to explain with real world example the row, dense rank and rank by using exam result, and lead by and lag by using gold price, because that's what most of us are dealing with on a day to day basis. So kind of very easy to understand these functions. So I hope you enjoy the video, and I request you to subscribe to my channel, hit the like button so that you don't miss any further video on SQL topics. Thanks a lot guys again, and see you in some next video.